There's no doubt that a first-hand faith is life-changing. But Ryan and I have also discovered that it's pretty messy. It brings up a lot of the things that we don't want to deal with, that we're ashamed of. Maybe the reason why so many of us feel compelled to put on a front and act like we have it all together and that our lives are nice and neat and tidy is because it's the path of least resistance. We don't want to deal with all the stress and pain of actually dealing with the issues that lie underneath. But God never wanted us to settle for just superficial change. He had something much more meaningful and lasting in mind. So what does real change look like? If God has something better than just, clean up on the outside, what's the difference between lasting change and superficial change? Change from the inside compared to change on the outside. In Romans 12:2, Paul says that we should no longer conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of our minds. I thought I had to read Christian books, listen to Christian music, say Christian things, do Christian things, hang out with Christians. That was a superficial change. Not that those things were bad, but that Paul was talking about something much more meaningful. And that's when the second part of the verse comes in, to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. In Mark 2:17, Jesus is confronted by the Pharisees about why he spends so much of his time around sinners. To which Jesus responds, "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick." I've come for the sinners, not the righteous. That he meets us where we are. We don't have to get our life together to experience a relationship with Christ. In fact, he pursues us in the midst of our brokenness. C.S. Lewis kind of described that whole process as the remodeling of a house. If my life and my heart is a house, and once I accept Christ, then he comes into my house and there's, my house is fine. It's nothing too special, but I don't think it's that bad. And he comes in and he starts redecorating it, cleaning it. And I think, wow, I never even knew the potential here. Like, this is great, I wouldn't have thought that was a great idea, but I guess that all works out. Then the scary stuff happens. At first we accept Christ, we feel the sense of acceptance and forgiveness and mercy and this hope that we've never known before, and it's exciting and it's real. But if we keep letting God work in our hearts and we keep pursuing him, things start to get scary because things start to change. Because then God starts breaking in walls and building new wings of the house and completely rebuilding it from the ground up. And we get terrified. We're like, we didn't sign up for this. God is building a mansion out of our lives because he wants to come and live within us. Real life change is difficult because it requires that conscious choice on our part to recognize that God's plan for our house is way better than what we ever dreamed it could possibly be. See, but still we kind of struggle with, what does real life change look like? But there are some habits and practices that we do that have really helped us in that whole mind renewal process of really recognizing that it's going to take a conscious decision on my part to allow God to work in me every single day. So often this life moves so fast. We always have responsibilities to attend to. We always are moving at 100 miles an hour. We hardly ever stop and just enjoy the time with the people we're with. You see, God doesn't force life change upon us. It's our decision. And for Ryan and I, the simple act of just stopping, being still, like literally just being still just for the next 20 minutes or so, I mean, it doesn't matter, whatever time, I'm just not going to answer my phone, I'm not going to do anything. God, I mean, I just want to listen. I think about the Lord in my life more often during that day. I begin to think about, will this action draw me closer to the Lord or further away from Him? And the other thing that we notice is just acknowledging God's sovereignty. That we spend so much time trying to control every aspect of our lives instead of just letting go. Are you still trying to control everything? Are you trying to build that house yourself? I challenge you to just give up, to just surrender control over to God. Stop trying to change yourself from the outside in and let God transform you from the inside out.